just go there, and you just say generate lorem ipsum, just copy some stuff, doesn't matter what it is. Just copy some things from the paragraph, put it in the table data, and then you just copy that and put it for 4 columns. So let's see how that looks. There we go. So we're getting a nice 4-column website. Okay, another thing we want to do is we want to center our website. So as you can see, if we expand the window, our website tends to just stay on this left side. So we want our whole website to be centered. So the way to do that is we have to create a wrapper around our table. Something that wraps around our table and centers it. Okay, so we're going to create something called a div. And a div is basically just like an invisible box. You can think of it as like an invisible box that doesn't have any content. Okay. I mean, it has content, but it just doesn't, it's not like a paragraph or anything. It's just like an invisible box. Okay. So we create our div, and let's create a style for it. We're going to make it 960 pixels wide, because that's our that's the length we want our website to be. And then we want to set the margin on the left auto and margin on the right auto. And by setting both the margin on the left and right auto, it's going to keep changing itself until it's on the center. So if we go ahead and refresh it, now as you can see, no matter how much we refresh it, the margin adjusts itself automatically so it's in the center. Okay, so that's how you center the website. So finally, we want to create our footer. So we create our footer the same way. Just grab a row, paste it here, and then let's see, what should we have in our footer? Okay, so on this website we just have an email on the footer. So let's just do an email or something. Okay, so just something very simple. So we're going to create another table row with column span of 4. And we're going to have the text align be in the center. Instead of having an iframe here, we're going to just have an email. So let's have an email be, let's see, my first website at lalala.com. Okay, let's go ahead. Oops. Refresh it. As you can see, it says my first website at lalala.com. Okay, so I'm not really happy with the spacing. It's sort of, I don't know, squeezed in. I feel too much like it's squeezed in. So let's add a little bit more padding, especially on the top. So let's override the padding by making another padding here, and say padding bottom, and let's give it like a healthy like 25 pixels. Just create a nice big separation between these elements. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I want to bump it up a little bit more. There we go, to like 30, just so we can see a little bit of separation. So there we go. Okay, so now, okay, we got the scroll bar because our website's bigger than our window. Okay, so now let's actually add a little bit of color to this, because it's still sort of bland, doesn't really look that nice. So let's add a little bit of separation between the header and the footer. So here in our header, we want to style it actually. So let's create an ID, name it header. Okay, and this will have a border. It's going to be solid. Oops, let's just say border style. Border style will be solid. The border width, and this will be, I think, 3 pixels, actually 30 pixels on the top, 0 pixels left, 3 pixels on the bottom, 0 pixels on top. The border color, I don't know, let's pick a color. Here in Photoshop, you can just pick any color. And let's get a nice blue, like a light blue. Like that's a good color or something. So I'm going to copy this hexadecimal number, then set that as our color, and remember to add the pound mark. Oops, here. Okay, and let's see how that looks. didn't do anything. And that's because we didn't assign our header to any table data. So we have to assign that header ID to the header table data right here. So I just say ID and I set the attribute to header. Okay, refresh it, and now we're good to go. So as you can see, we have a nice little separation here with our header. Okay, and then we can even put a little bit more separation in between these two elements. Hopefully, yeah, just manually actually. Oops, wrong file. Okay, let's go here, and in our table data right here, we can just set the margin on the top to be like, I don't know, 30 pixels more, something like that, to put a little bit more separation. Didn't do anything. Yeah, I forgot, we can't really mess with margins when we're using tables unless we're setting the margins of the table itself. So we have to actually just set the padding. So if we want to separate it more, we just edit the padding. So there we go. So that's a good separation. So then we can do the same thing with the footer, but I think you guys get the idea. So this is sort of how you can go ahead and start making a website using tables. Anyways, I hope you learned something. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next